You look terrific. You look terrific.
Thank you.
So, tell me about your experience.
Well, the reason I started coming here was because I was emotionally a mess. I was depressed and couldn't gather my thoughts to save my life. By coming here, you've given me tools, breathing, to get through the anxiety of everyday little stuff. A month ago, maybe about a month I've been here, I have changed so much. I'm much more relaxed. My kids have noticed a huge difference in me. They can't push my buttons as much. But I'm more relaxed. I can deal with the silly little things that life throws at you, whereas in the past would have sent me right over the edge. And on top of that, I can't necessarily explain how I feel inside, but I feel a million times better than I did when I first started coming here.
When you think about how you feel inside, where would you say you feel anything inside?
I know it's going to sound silly, but it's mostly it's in my chest.
Okay.
Because before, the anxiety, I would feel it pulling my chest together, tightness in my chest. And now it's not there, so I guess technically it would be lack of feeling. And I just all over, I just feel better. I have more energy and sleeping. It's been years since I have had a good night's sleep. The last time I physically remember having a good night's sleep was when I was about 16. The last month, I go to bed and I wake up to my alarm. That is unheard of for me, and it's every night. I can't even tell you how wonderful that feels. And I wake up in the morning and I'm refreshed. And it feels, I can't even explain how great.
You had originally come here for smoking.
Yes.
Were you surprised when we said, I don't think that's a good idea?
I was a little bit surprised, because that was my original plan, was just to come in for quitting smoking. And then when we started talking about all the other issues that lead to the smoking, I understood then that, okay, we have to tackle other things before we can do the smoking.
So how much were you smoking before?
When I came to see you, I was smoking about depending on the day, I was smoking about a pack and a half to 2 packs. Before that, there was a lot going on at the time I came to see. That's why I came to see you. Before that, it was about a pack a day for a long time, and then things just kind of snowballed and it turned into a pack and a half to 2.
And with our 2 sessions of work that we did,
Yep.
where is your smoking now?
I'm going to say my smoking is probably down to a half a pack, and I don't even need it. Like I had explained before.
Explain to our friend over
the
here.
Camera.
He didn't take notes. You can talk to me and he'll catch it.
I switched over to the electronic cigarette, and it runs out, and you have to remove the cartridge. And if I'm outside with my friend that smokes, and I run out of my cartridge, I have no issue just standing there talking with her while she goes through her 2 or 3 cigarettes, depending on the day. And in the past, I would have been all over her to have a cigarette, and I would have had an anxiety attack because I didn't have any cigarettes. now it's just, I think it's just something to do when I'm outside. There's no anxiety of running out of the electronic cigarette. None. It's amazing.
People that have been in your situation have in the past felt they couldn't stop smoking. And once they got rid of the anxiety, a number of them reported to me without any additional smoking cessation sessions that they just stopped. Do you see that in your future?
I do, because I know I can quit. I know, and like you were just talking about the anxiety. There's no anxiety there if I don't have a cigarette. None. I've left my electronic cigarette at home, and my biggest place that I smoke is in the car. And I've left it at home, gotten in the car, didn't even realize it until I thought, I'm bored. Oh, it's sitting on my table. Okay. And then continue on doing what I'm doing, and I get home and sometimes I don't even remember that it's sitting on my kitchen table. So it's just, the anxiety is completely gone.
Let me ask you, how long did you fret before you made the call to come and visit?
To be honest with you, I didn't, not too long, because I think I was ready and I needed help. And I knew I needed help. I'd say I probably thought about it for about a month. I had tossed around. I had said, I'm quitting smoking. And then I remembered you, and I'm like, no, you know what? I can't do this by myself. I've tried. I need help. And I called you. So it was about a month that I went back and forth. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
You look kind of relieved.
I am relieved. I feel great. I really do.
So you don't have anxiety attacks anymore. Your kids can't push your buttons.
No, they really can't.
You're sleeping all night long.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
What else would you like to see?
I'd like to see I don't really know how to put it into words, my ability to, I've weeded out the drama people in my life, but I'd like to see the people that are in my life that have no choice but to be in my life for me to deal with the drama of them, just to go away. I'm not quite sure how to put it into words, but everybody has people in their lives that are going to be in their lives forever. And I tend to let them get me more upset.
How did you say that?
In the past.
No, say the whole thing again.
In the past, I would let them get me upset. And in the future, going forward, I would just like to be able to deal with that differently. And I do see a change, a slow change in that. But it would make life a little bit easier by being able to deal with it better, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Thank you. The way you're going to deal with it, to make it make more sense, is you're going to set the example.
I have set the example. And that's what I was meaning by, I have noticed a change.
And you made me turn that. I turned that off before you gave me that very dramatic thing.
The other thing I've noticed.
Keep going. Oh, it's still running. I must have clicked the wrong button.
Oh,
okay.
All right. The other thing I've noticed is, and my mother's noticed, which is huge to me. In the past, I was kind of like a chameleon whoever I was with, whatever boyfriend I had or whatever friends I had, I tend to be like them. Never had my own little thoughts. And I've noticed that the strong opinions of the people around me haven't changed my way of thinking. And I've a couple times I've caught myself saying, well, that's great, that's your opinion. This is how I feel about something, and I've just kept it that way, and it's how I feel. And I'm slowly starting to know who I am. It's going to take a while because it's been 36 years that I have never known who I am. And now I'm getting to the point that I know who I am, I know what I like, I know what I want. And the opinions of the people around me are not changing any of that. And it's not that I'm being adamant on them not changing it, it's just, it's not changing. Because I don't want it to change, it's who I am, it's who I want to be.
Would it be safe to say that you just want to focus on yourself?
Absolutely. And I have that in my head now, that I just want to focus on me. I want to get myself better, because then in turn, everything else will get better. If I focus on me and getting to where I need to be, everything will fall into place. And it is falling into place. I've got my own personal goals set, and I'm getting there. Slowly, day by day, it's getting better. And nobody around me is able to change that. I know that sounds really bad, but it's true.
That's wonderful. Now this time I'll turn it off. I guess what happened. That is the off switch.